What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Matt Gifted Hands back to you with another video. And in this haircut tutorial, we are going to be doing a 1.5, which is the one guard lever all the way open with the wall cordless seniors. And I'm going with the grain because my client does have waves, so we want to make sure we keep those. He does have a pretty thick texture on top. So the 1.5, it almost looks like it's still like around a 2, but I'm making sure I'm applying enough pressure to lay that hair down. As you can tell, my client's hair on top, the wave pattern starts like the very top of his head. There's really no wave pattern around the crown area. I don't think he really works to get waves, they're just there. So making sure I'm going with the grain, following the hair pattern. And we're gonna do a shadow fade on the sides. We're gonna do some beard work. We're not gonna add no color enhancement. So right here, we're gonna start, like I said, we're gonna do a shadow fade. So that is a half on the sides, typically. So I'm doing with no guard, lever all the way open. It's gonna be like around a mid fade. Now we're gonna jump to the one guard, lever all the way open, which is a 1.5, going up about 1/2 inch to an inch. You want to give yourself room to blend versus compressing your guidelines, and then what ends up happening is it looks like there's a line all the way around the client's head. You want your blend to have gradiency. You want it to have contrast. You want it to go from light, medium to dark. So with spreading your guidelines, you're able to spread the blend and you'll see that gradient. So from the one guard, what I did was I started with the lever open, worked my way to the middle, and then I closed it, and it just lightened up that line that the half left behind. Now we're just using the two guard because it is a one open on top, so that blends right into the one, or the 1.5 on top. So now we're jumping to the half guard, and what I pointed out to was whatever the 2 left behind, the 1.5 is going to pick up. And again, I always start with the lever open because that's just a system that I've been using since I was in barber college. You can always take hair off, you can't put it back on. So trial and error. If the hair's not cutting, right, if it's not feeding into the blade, then you can close your lever, versus having the lever already closed and then you go to cut and it's too short. You create yourself a line, you start raising the blend, and you don't want that. So from the 1.5 guard, sorry I went on a rant, from the 1.5 guard I jump back to the one guard just to clean things up, and I just slowly like open and close it as needed to remove some dark spots. And then this half guard is what's going to bring the blend together. You start with the lever open, and you'll start to see that one, whatever the half left behind or whatever the one left behind, that's what's going to, the half guard is going to clean up, and it's going to bring that blend together. I did not record the back portion of it. It's basically the same steps, and I know the occipital bone area can be a little darker sometimes, but I got tons of videos on my channel. If you are new to my channel, make sure you check some videos out, man. Especially if you think that you did not get enough, if your cup wasn't full with this video, I got over hundreds of videos, so make sure you check those out. Welcome to my channel if you are a new viewer or subscriber, which I know you will be, because you're gonna hit that subscribe button right now and hit that thumbs up button. Alright, so basically what you do to one side, you do to the other, right? And like I said, I did not record the back area. I have multiple videos where I actually break it down to where you might have to use a lower guard or no guard, or even go a little higher, because you want to make sure that you want to create the illusion that everything around the client's head, the whole blend, it all matches up. So I'm basically doing the same steps. This is the number 2 guard. And I guess my fading technique is I'll go like, so from the bottom, right, I did a half, and then I did my 1, then I jumped to the 2. The reason why I jumped to my 2 guard is because I'm gonna come right behind that with the 1.5 guard, and for some reason, to me, it seems like it keeps my blend lower versus taking the 1.5 right after the 1 and then the 2. I feel like with doing the 2 and then doing the 1.5, I feel like it leaves just a tad bit darker from light, medium to dark versus light to dark. If that makes any sense. I just feel like going from the 1 to the 1.5, I just feel like there's no gradiency right there. Going from the 1 to the 2 and then coming back to 1.5 just to remove some dark spots, I think it does the blend a lot better. And then I'll jump back to my 1 guard as I'm doing right here, and I'll favor the left side of the blade or the right side of the blade. It may look like I'm using the full blade, but I'm favoring like only like 3 teeth, just to remove some dark spots. And we knocked the beard down to a 1.5, I believe. I didn't put that in the video either. And I know when I say things like that, when I say I took something out, or I didn't record this, I didn't record that, guys, I try to make these videos within like 10 minutes to 12 minutes because I look at my analytics on my channel, and people's attention span is very short, right? A 10-minute video may be too long, but once I start adding every single detail in the, whatever I did on the haircut, this is the important stuff, right? The lineup, the blend, the back area, you can just do the same steps. But whenever you start adding a whole bunch of steps and the whole haircut in there, the video, it tends to get to over 15 minutes long. And quite frankly, I know a 10-minute video is long, so that's why I try to get it around this time. But I'm always getting, comments like, oh man, why you take that out? Da 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 da. I'm just like, yo, y'all complain about the video being too long, but when I take stuff out, y'all complain about that too, so no one's happy. But right here I'm using the modified Slimline Pro LIs. They're Tune 45 edition. I think these were made by 86 Custom Clippers. 86 Custom Clippers, yeah. If you follow him on Instagram, man, he does some crazy custom work on some clippers and trimmers. Dope work. These trimmers are some hitters, man. They're Chris Bazio's. Whenever he's not in the shop, he leaves his clippers and trimmers on his station, and he's nice enough to leave them there because he knows that we like to use them, and as long as we take care of them, right? And I just feel like using this blade, man, around the mustache area, and oh man, how it's modified, just a lot easier to get in smaller areas and create a nice shape. But right here is what I showed you on the bangs. It's a lot of hangover, so we want to make sure we give him a true lineup. Wherever his hair follicles start, there was some hangover, so we cut that off, and now we're edging them up.
You're listening to the House of Creation.
But I feel like this can be a good beginner cut. A 1.5 on top with the grain and a half on the sides. Obviously a ball fade would look very clean with this haircut, but my client loves a shadow fade, and I do what my clients say. I don't go against it. We've been cutting his hair like this for a while now. So right here I'm just gonna do some razor work. You're gonna see a nice little angles of some razor work, but that's pretty much the finished product, guys. A 1.5 with the grain on top, which is wave length, and a shadow fade on the side, and some beard work. I think it's a simple but effective haircut, and my client loved it. So shout out to my client Ty for allowing me to do this video for y'all. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below. Let me know what kind of videos y'all want me to do, because honestly, I'm running out of ideas. I got all my clients on my YouTube channel, so every time I do get a new client, it's like, yo, we're recording a video. But I will say this, on this Saturday, I will be recording a dope transformation. I have a client that has a man bun, been growing it out for I don't know how long, and he wants to go to a crop top. So stay tuned for that. Guys, I love y'all. Team Gifted. Stay gifted. We out.